In this episode, we'll be interviewing Liz, the Instructor Support Leader at the Fujisawa-Shonan Learning Studio. Fujisawa City is our most southern location in the Kanto area, located 20 minutes from Yokohama and 50 minutes from Tokyo Station. Let's ask Liz a few questions about her experience in Japan, her experience with Gaba, the Fujisawa area, and any advice she has for new instructors.
I am from a small town on Vancouver Island called Nanaimo, and it was there that I first started being interested in Japanese culture. So my university has a lot of exchange students from Japan, and a lot of Japanese anime was becoming popular. And after university, I was working a job at a bank, and it was a good job, but I kind of felt stagnant, like I wanted to go travel, and I decided to make the move to Japan. After I arrived, I adjusted actually quite quickly because I did a lot of research, so I didn't have too much culture shock, as it were. There were a couple things, like, for example, I studied Japanese for a few years in university, but I realized that what I studied wasn't really that useful in practice with actual Japanese people who speak very fast. So I had to study more speaking for the language. And other than that, I also made a few social faux pas, like talking on the phone on the train. Also, I think I ate McDonald's breakfast my first day in Japan on the train. That was bad. I learned pretty quick. Very different, actually. In Canada, I still was very social. I've always been a very social person. So in both Japan and Canada, that's been probably a large aspect of it. But in Canada, it's a little bit more difficult to meet and get everybody together because you have to drive where I'm from. There's not really any good public transportation at the moment. But in Japan, I tend to be able to do more things that are outdoors, like going hiking, small day trips with friends here. There's also karaoke at night, which is probably my favorite part. And yeah, and on another level, for like me time, I like to go to cafes and write novels and drink coffee, and I like to go and explore on my own. I'm a big museum goer as well. Basically, Fujisawa is a beach town since it's on the bay facing towards Enoshima Beach, as well as Mount Fuji across from the Enoshima Beach. The people itself are pretty laid back, really friendly actually. They are more likely to speak English to you here because it's not as easy to get a chance or an opportunity to do so. So I've had a lot of people just speak English at me, not very shy at all. It's nice. It's also 15 minutes away from Kamakura, which is called the Kyoto of Eastern Japan. So it has the big Buddha statue, and it also contains many shrines and temples as well. It's also near Enoshima Island, which is pretty famous for the lighthouse at the top, as well as the shrine on the island as well. And in summertime, it's nice because even from the LS, you can see fireworks that they host at Enoshima Beach. So Fujisawa is a pretty intimate setting. We only have 12 booths here, which makes for a great environment to meet all of your peers, basically. The instructors are incredibly friendly, the staff's friendly and welcoming. There's a lot of veteran instructors here, so they've been here for a while. They know a lot about the area, and they're always really informative for new instructors to help them find things, or like really cool restaurants to go try out, or suggestions for places to go hiking. A lot of the instructors hike here. It's pretty popular. My best advice for somebody becoming an instructor is to be very flexible with your lessons, and to be careful of your speaking speed, especially if you're new to Japan. I say this from experience. One of the most difficult things to adjust to was slowing myself down, being a native speaker, and to adapt the lesson to what the client's level was. So that helps a lot. That comes with time, and it comes with practice. So that's the best advice I can give. One of the main areas that we support as an IS staff, we will observe lessons and give feedback. We also talk to clients, recommend instructors to certain clients, but that role mainly goes to the counseling team. And the counseling team is who will recommend instructors based on interest needs, clients' individual goals, And one of the best ways for an instructor to get lessons is to talk to the staff, get to know them, let them know about you. It's a good way for them to know your background so that they can recommend you for specific types of clients. So for example, if you have a business background in, let's say, marketing, and a client needs to be able to give marketing presentations, a counselor will be able to make that connection if the better you know them.